Oh, hey, Principal Betcher.
You're late. Again.
Come on, man, I was teacher of the year.
That was 10 years ago.
Feels like 8, though, right?
But I was gonna ask, I love the idea that you get into the Octagon with these guys and you're able to size them up and kind of figure out what their weaknesses are and then take them down. So I was gonna go through a list of some of your past co-stars, and if you got into the Octagon with them, what would their weakness be and how would you take them down?
Okay.
Mr. Adam Sandler.
Sandler's weakness is he's got one ear that's a little chopped off a little bit. He's got like a weird imperfection on that ear. And I would shoot for the not that ear because he kind of got. I'd go for the other ear and I'd try to match him up, and then he would feel really insecure.
His equilibrium would be off a little bit.
A little bit. It would take him down.
I like
and
it.
He would fall hard.
Jerry Stiller.
Stiller's tough. Stiller's tough because he's got tremendous feet and very long arms with big hands. So you think you go in on him, then he bear hugs you and he just squeezes the life out of you. So I'd be very careful with Jerry Stiller.
Okay, good to know. Rob Schneider.
Schneider's tough. Schneider's tough as well because he's small, he's cunning, he's little, and he doesn't smell great. So there's a lot of things that are combined in that could take you down. So you just gotta be careful in any approach.
Good to know. And the last one, Mr. Chris Rock.
Chris Rock I would crush into dust because he's about 8 pounds.
I have met him before. He's really a very frail guy.
He's very frail.
Now,
as several of you already know, Wilkinson High School has been operating at a budget deficit. We are cutting all extracurricular activities.
Excuse me?
Everyone's quit on these kids.
We have to cut $48,000.
Or raise the money.
Oh, and who's gonna do that?
We will.
Jake Hamilton, Fox Houston.
Thank you.
Excellent.
Okay, before we start, I want your fans to look at you in this suit and tell me that you are not like a star doo-wop singer from the 50s. You look fabulous.
Coming from you,
I'm
that
not
is
kidding.
Perhaps the greatest compliment I've ever gotten.
I'm just saying.
I'm gonna shake your hand.
I'm just
from that.
saying. This is the very first time I have ever seen this particular suit on a human being.
Wow.
Yeah? It's the truth.
That's all I got. It's all downhill from here. I'm just gonna sit here and look at you for the next 4 minutes.
Okay.
But I've got to say, you are such a great support in this movie for Kevin, and you're always kind of giving him tips and kind of pointing him in the right direction.
Right.
If you were gonna do that for a young actor, if a young actor kind of needed that
I
from
will tell you exactly what I would say. You train because you don't want to be a flash in the pan. If you're going to be an actor, you need to be an actor, and you have to think of yourself as a tree that you plant and that you water for the next 75 years. If you're going to be an actor, you need to study English because you need to know the story in order to tell the story.
So what exactly is the plan?
How about we work out a plan in my apartment, and dinner also happens to be around, so we just do both.
Not a chance.
I gotta figure this thing out.
Well, yeah, right after we watch the fight.
It's hard to believe he got 10 grand for that performance.
He made 10 grand for that fight? He lost.
Hey, if we won, it would have been 50.
Now, I love in the movie that you play a teacher who has to kind of double as an MMA fighter. So I was wondering, my job as a reporter is to take information, bring it back to my audience, and express it to them.
Right.
I was wondering if you could teach me an MMA move, and that way I can go back to my audience, to my anchors, and be like, hey guys, here's what Kevin James taught me.
Sure. I'll teach you one move. Ready?
Okay. Should I take the jacket off?
No. You can stand right there.
Okay.
It's a handshake.
Okay.
And as you do the handshake, you come on underneath here. See how I take the arm there? And then I go back in. Feel the pain?
I feel the pain.
There you go.
Oh!
That's the move.
Here comes the boom.
That's it. That's all you need.
Right? That's a YouTube moment right there.
When does it happen in the ring, though? When are you shaking hands with your opponent, really?
I want to fight mixed martial arts.
This is crazy. Do you even know how to do that?
No, I do not. But I was a really good wrestler in college. I think I can do this.
Let's see what you got.
Which guy am I fighting?
Both.
Come on, I can't fight two guys.
I can't train a 42-year-old biology teacher.
But you make such a great point in the movie with the idea that music does make everything better. And
It's
there have
true.
been so many great moments in life where I thought, man, if I had an orchestra right now, it would be cool.
Absolutely.
Thinking about all of the great moments you've experienced in your life, if
Yes.
you could pick one to kind of have an orchestra behind you just to make that moment
All
a
right,
little better.
I'll tell you something very interesting. When I'm memorizing a monologue for a play or for a television show or movie, I use music.
Really?
So I listen to music that is emotionally appropriate to what I'm saying. And as I memorize it, when I'm saying it, I hear the music in my head. And I would have Adele follow me.
Of course.
If I were reincarnated, if there is such a thing as reincarnation,
Right.
I'm going to come back as the boss. I am going to be Bruce Springsteen because, oh my goodness.
But you know, I think he would want to come back as you.
I'm not sure, but let me just say, that kills me. I met him. I get tongue-tied when I meet rock stars that I love. I say to them, Henry. Honestly.
Really?
Honestly. I just met Mick Jagger in a Japanese restaurant, and I became a 12-year-old girl.
You geek out?
I geek out.
Really?
If you look up geek in the dictionary,
Right.
it says, Henry, in Here Comes the Boom, geek.
You want to be a fighter? Start in the cage.
Is that a chicken?
This is bottom level MMA.
You're gonna follow in the footsteps of all those great warriors that put fear in the hearts of their opponents.
You dislocated your shoulder.
You gotta help me.
You ready? I always wanted to try this.
Try this. What do you mean? You never done this?
I think that the fact that Here Comes the Boom, actually, I think it's actually, first of all, a great song. I think it's a really cool song, and I love that it's his song, Walking Out. If you were gonna walk out, what would be your song?
We thought about that. Jimmy Crack Corn, and I don't care. Because I would take it slow, and I really don't care. I don't care what people think. I would just be the chunky guy walking to the ring, or the Octagon in this case, and it would throw people. People would not, wow, what does he got? He's gonna crack some corn, he's gonna crack some heads, we don't know where he's going, so.
And then as you're crushing my hand,
See?
which I can still feel, by the way.
Yes.
Jimmy, and that's a song that would be going through.
Yep, Jimmy
Now,
Crack Corn. You know what? You're not cutting anything.
That's the first installment right there. You're getting beat up in your bathing suit. You are embarrassing this school.
This wasn't plan A, but I don't know what else to do.
If you don't make an effort, nothing's ever gonna change.
Inspiring your students, I see.
All right, everybody, let's get our story straight. Derek did it.
Now, if you were gonna have your own song to walk out to, because I love Here Comes the Boom, that's a great song.
Yeah.
But if you were gonna have your own song, if you're gonna fight someone, and you're walking out and they're gonna play a song,
That's such a good
what is your
question.
song?
I'm not sure. Now, I love the actual song, Here Comes the Boom.
It's a really good song.
I had to learn to play the guitar. This young man came to my house every day for like 6 weeks. I learned how to play the guitar and sing this song as James Taylor, when it's really like this hard rock rap song. But I think I would use that, Here Comes the Boom.
Can you still play it?
No.
I would think you would remember.
Well, you know what? You don't want to really look closely on the screen. But I didn't say that to your fans.
No, that's a private conversation to us.
No.
And this is such a great honor for me.
What a pleasure
Thank
to chat
you
with
so much for your time.
Give my very best to your parents.
I most definitely will.
Okay, and they have to let me know how they like the movie.
It's my honor, sir. Thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it.
I'm so happy to see you
Thank
finally.
What are you teaching these kids if you go through with it?
What am I teaching them if I don't? I don't think I'm gonna be able to do this.
You can quit right now. And everything we worked for will have been accomplished. Our students, they're inspired.
You wrestled in high school, didn't you?
I did wrestle a little bit 1 year in high school because they didn't have a heavyweight, and I was a football player, I was a running back at the time, and they needed to bring some heavyweights over, and they had a guy named Mick Foley, by the way, who was Mankind. He became a professional wrestler.
Right.
Yeah, he was fantastic, and I wrestled against him, and he rubbed his beard on me, and I got grossed out, and I quit.
That's rough.
Yeah.
That's rough. Well, I was thinking, so for some of those other, was he the only guy that you fought? Did you fight other guys in there, or was it?
I did wrestle,
Right.
and I had very good strength, and I was strong, so I would take a lot of guys down, but if they had experience, they beat me. They could beat me. So I wasn't the best, I'll be honest there, but now I become the best.
But if there's another guy, if there's a guy out there that you wrestled, and he's looking at that thinking, oh my God, that I wrestled that guy.
Yes.
What message would you like to send to him right now?
Look at me now, big man. Look at me now.
Jimmy Crack Corn.
And I don't
care.
You got it.
This is a sweet moment.
is
Give me the
very
wrap.
sweet
Would you like to hug?
I really would. Bring it in.
Let's get this.
What if I dunk this ball in that hoop, then you have dinner with me at my house?
Deal. No, that's cheating.
Dreams are about to come true.
That go in?